Picture a place nestled high in the desert, a town where art, history, and nature converge in a breathtaking panorama. This is Taos, New Mexico. By day, it is a sanctuary of light and color. The sun warms ancient adobe walls and the vast open sky inspires a sense of infinite possibility. The air is thin, crisp, and carries the faint, sweet scent of pinon smoke. It's a place people come to find peace, to escape the noise of the modern world. But when the sun dips below the horizon and a profound, almost sacred silence descends upon the high desert, another story begins to unfold. Imagine you are here in this tranquil haven. The town is asleep, lost in dreams under a blanket of a billion stars. The world is still, but for you sleep is a distant shore you cannot reach. An invisible wall separates you from the sleeping world, and the silence you came here for has been broken. Something is keeping you awake, a sound. At first you try to rationalize it, to pin it to the familiar symphony of a home at night. Is it the hum of the refrigerator cycling on? You get up to check. It's silent. Perhaps it's distant traffic from the highway? Impossible. At this hour the roads are deserted. You strain your ears trying to locate the source, but it's a phantom. It's not the familiar drone of an airplane which grows louder and then fades into the distance. It's not the rhythmic chug of a freight train on faraway tracks. It's not the mechanical growl of a neighbor's generator or air conditioner. This sound is different. It's insidious. It seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. A low, persistent, maddening thrum that has crept into the sanctity of your home, a sound that only you, it seems, can hear. Those who experience it describe it in chillingly similar terms, a low-frequency drone like a diesel engine idling just out of sight forever. It's more than just a sound, it's a physical sensation, a pressure in the ears, a vibration felt deep within the chest. For some, it's a source of constant gnawing irritation. For others, it is a form of torture, inducing vertigo, nausea, insomnia, and crippling anxiety. It's a sound that defies logic, a presence that can't be seen or pinpointed. It has driven people from their homes, pushed them to the edge of their sanity. This phantom phenomenon, this auditory ghost, has a name, whispered by those who experience its relentless torment, the Taos hum. The mystery first surfaced in the public consciousness in the early 1990s, when a growing number of Taos residents reported the incessant sound. They were a small, unwilling community of hearers, bound by an experience that isolated them from their own friends and neighbors. Their plight captured national attention, prompting a series of formal investigations. Scientists from prestigious institutions like the University of New Mexico and Los Alamos National Laboratory descended on Taos, armed with sophisticated equipment. They measured acoustic levels, seismic vibrations, and electromagnetic fields, determined to unmask the source. But what they found, or rather what they didn't find, only deepened the enigma. The hum refused to be captured, remaining a ghost in their machines, and Taos is not alone. From Bristol, England to Bondi, Australia, similar mysterious hums have plagued quiet communities around the globe for decades. Are these isolated incidents, or are they connected by some unknown global force? For over 30 years, the Taos hum has remained one of the most baffling and persistent unsolved mysteries of our time. Join us as we journey into the heart of an acoustic anomaly, exploring the science, the suffering, and the enduring search for the sound that shouldn't be there. High in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains of northern New Mexico lies Taos, a town renowned for its ethereal light, rich history, and profound sense of tranquility. For centuries, people have been drawn to this place seeking quiet refuge and artistic inspiration, a sanctuary from the noise of the modern world. But in the early 1990s, this desert haven became the epicenter of a baffling auditory phenomenon. It began subtly, a whisper on the wind that soon grew into a persistent murmur. A few residents, then dozens, began lodging the same strange complaint with local authorities. They described a relentless low-frequency drone. Some compared it to a diesel engine idling in the distance, a hum that you could feel in your bones as much as you could hear with your ears. It was a sound that seemed to have no source, no direction, and no escape. It permeated walls and windows, becoming most pronounced in the dead of night when the desert fell silent. For those affected, the hum was a form of torture. Sleep became a nightly battle, leading to chronic fatigue, anxiety, dizziness, and for some, intense pressure in the head. The town's celebrated peace was shattered by a sound that wouldn't stop. But what elevated the Taos hum from a local nuisance to an enduring global mystery was a simple, maddening fact. Most people couldn't hear it at all. Initial estimates suggested that only 2% of the population was sensitive to the sound. For the 98% who lived in blissful silence, the complaints sounded like fantasy, a mass delusion, or worse, a cry for attention. This created a deep and uncomfortable rift in the tight-knit community. Neighbors who had shared coffee for years now shared awkward glances. The hearers, as they came to be called, found their experiences, their suffering, and their very sanity questioned by friends, family, and even doctors who could find nothing physically wrong with them. The town was divided. On one side, a small, tormented group, desperate for answers and validation. On the other, a silent majority, skeptical and confused. The stage was set for an unprecedented investigation that would draw in physicists, acoustical engineers, and government researchers, all attempting to hunt down a phantom sound. The story of the Taos hum had officially begun. A mystery born not from a loud bang but from a quiet, maddening whisper that refused to go away. Those who hear the Taos hum describe it in different ways. For some, it's like a distant truck engine. For others, it's a constant generator noise. Some describe it as a low buzzing hum. But the common point is always the same. The sound left people sleepless and restless. To uncover the source of the sound, scientists stepped in. They scanned the town with microphones and measuring devices. Low-frequency waves were recorded, but no clear source was identified. Some reports even claimed the sound existed at frequencies too low to be properly measured. So what could be the source of this persistent, maddening hum? The most straightforward explanation points towards our own modern world. Some say it's simply industrial noise from factories, massive ventilation systems, or high-pressure gas lines operating on the edge of town. The sound, they argue, is a low-frequency byproduct of our 24/7 infrastructure. Investigators have spent countless hours with sophisticated equipment hunting for a culprit. Yet every investigation has come up empty. No single factory or piece of machinery has ever been definitively identified. This theory also struggles to explain why the sound can be heard indoors, seemingly passing through solid walls, and why it's only perceptible to a small fraction of the population. This leads other researchers to look not at the world we've built, but at the very ground beneath our feet. They believe the hum comes from deep within the earth. The Taos area sits near the Rio Grande Rift, a zone where the continent is slowly pulling apart. This geological activity could generate microseisms, tiny imperceptible earthquakes that produce low-frequency sound waves or infrasound. These waves, traveling through the rock, could be focused and amplified by the unique geology of the Taos Valley. While humans can't typically hear infrasound, some scientists propose that under the right conditions our bodies can perceive it as a vibration or a deep resonant hum, creating a physical sensation as much as an auditory one. But what if the source isn't external at all? A more intimate and unsettling theory suggests the hum originates inside the hearers themselves. Some experts propose it's a form of spontaneous otoacoustic emission. These are faint sounds naturally produced by the healthy inner ear, usually far too quiet to be noticed. However, it's hypothesized that in exceptionally quiet environments, or for individuals with heightened auditory sensitivity, the brain might begin to perceive these internal vibrations as an external low-frequency drone. This isn't the same as common tinnitus, which is typically a high-pitched ringing. Instead, it's a biological ghost in our own auditory machine, a sound with no external source, making it impossible to escape. And then there are the explanations that lie on the fringes of conventional science. Given the proximity of research labs and military installations, some speculate about secret government experiments involving low-frequency communications or exotic technologies. Others point to the ever-increasing soup of electromagnetic radiation from power lines and communication towers, suggesting it could interact with the environment or even our own neurology in ways we don't yet understand. In a place as spiritually charged as Taos, these theories find fertile ground, blurring the line between scientific inquiry and modern folklore, industrial, geological, biological, or something else entirely. Each theory offers a piece of the puzzle, yet none provides a complete picture. The Taos hum remains a defiant mystery, a sound that is undeniably real to those who hear it, yet frustratingly elusive to science. It is a symphony played by an invisible orchestra, and its score is written in a language we have yet to decipher. Residents of Taos shared how the hum affected their lives. Some suffered headaches, others fell into depression, and some were even forced to move away. But perhaps the most puzzling detail: in the same house, one person could hear it, while the other couldn't. The Taos hum is not unique. In Canada, there's the Windsor hum. In England, the Bristol hum. And similar sounds have been reported in many other places around the world. This suggests the phenomenon might not be limited to Taos alone. Of course, when mysterious sounds appear, conspiracy theories follow. Some believe it's the byproduct of secret government military experiments. Others claim it's a method of communication used by extraterrestrials. The truth is, no definitive explanation has ever been found. Even today, the source of the Taos hum remains unknown. There are still people in the town who say they can hear it, but a clear answer continues to elude us. The Taos hum, maybe one day we'll solve this mystery, or perhaps it will remain forever as a riddle echoing in our ears. What do you think? Where does the sound come from?